Playboi Carti's Opium label has been on an insane run this past year, with Carti dropping his long-awaited album I Music back in March, Ken dropping More Chaos back in April, and Lone recently dropping his 5-song EP, as well as Homicide Gang about to drop their next project, that being Homicide Lifestyle 2. Overall, since the rise of the Opium label back in 2022, they seriously haven't slowed down at all. But let's take a look at this insane run that Opium has been on this past year and look at everything that we can expect from this label next in the big 2025. Starting off with Carson. And now Ken has seriously been the Opium savior these past few years with Carti, not dropping. When Carti was mysterious and not dropping shit, Ken stepped in and went on a insane run these fucking past 2 years, first dropping A Great Chaos. And yeah, basically that album did make Ken go mainstream, and yeah, that album did change Ken's fucking life, right? And this album, A Great Chaos, would be so successful to the point where Ken would make a second version of the album being More Chaos. And now this album was basically A Great Chaos times 10, and this time the fans weren't with this album as much. Personally, bro, I think some of Ken's best all-time work is on this album. Like, I don't know, songs like Trap Jump, Money Spread, Black, Rockstar. Bro, there is some bangers on this album. But the main reason why fans weren't fucking with this album that much was because they were tired of that Ken Carson chaos sound, and were basically tired of Ken making similar sounding music in a way. But then Ken just 2 days ago would actually tease a brand new album called The Experiment, which is obviously a album that Ken is going to be experimenting his sound with, right? I mean, hey, that's basically in the name itself. And now the big question is Ken gonna pull a Yeet and drop his version of fucking 2093? I don't know. I mean, I could definitely see Ken trying out new genres, I don't know, go in a more pop melodic lane or some rock shit. Bro, Ken making a rock song, that shit will be hard. Or maybe completely fucking change it up and try country, bro. Imagine a Ken country song with Morgan Wallen. That shit would literally go fucking diamond. Jokes aside, we seriously don't know what this next album from Ken is gonna sound like. He did preview 2 new songs on Instagram Live, which will sound insane, but also, again, people were like, yo, Ken, change your freaking sound up, and this and that. Also, on this next album, Experiment, I could definitely see Ken working with other producers on this album, just like how on More Chaos, Ken was working with Pierre. Overall, it does seem like Ken is gonna expand and divert from that chaos sound that made him mainstream. In terms of when this album is gonna drop, obviously not anytime soon. I mean, he is going on his More Chaos tour this summer, so he is gonna let More Chaos marinate, and then he'll probably, I don't know, drop the album early next year. I mean, hey, overall, bro, Ken's at a pretty good spot in his career in the big 2025. Bro, he's definitely chilling right now. I'm definitely hyped for Ken's next album for sure. And now moving on to the other Opium twin, Destroy Lonely. Now, hey, Lone, if you guys haven't been living under a rock, Lone has been teasing his next album, Broken Hearts 3. Basically, after Lone's last project, Love Lasts Forever, after that album did have a more mainstream trap ATL sound, fans were obviously missing that OG Lone, no stylist, Broken Hearts sound, right? Because, hey, one thing about Lone that made him blow up is that his sound was so unique, right? And yeah, fans were definitely missing that for sure. Lone saw all the backlash and was like, alright, fuck it, I'm gonna go back to my roots and drop a Broken Hearts 3. Since then, Lone has been teasing a bunch of songs for this album, which yeah, all sound pretty fire. But basically 2 days ago, unless you guys have been living under a rock, Lone did drop a 5-song EP on his SoundCloud and his Twitter, which you're also seeing Lone drop a exclusive SoundCloud EP is so fucking heartwarming, bro, because the last time Lone did do something like this was in the summer of 2021. So yeah, it's definitely been a hot minute for sure. And yeah, band did not miss at all. Lone easily went 5 for 5. The first song, Nylon, bro, that song was my absolute grail. Oh my gosh, that shit goes crazy. And the second song, bro, SDP, this dude Lone seriously sampled Travis Scott's SDP interlude, bro. And also on this EP, Lone did drop Double O Dark Side, which is the absolute grail with him and Ken. And so yeah, overall, bro, it does seem like Lone is making a pretty big comeback. And yeah, overall, bro, everyone was fucking with this EP. And so yeah, big shout out to Lone, man. On to the famous Opium duo Homicide Gang. And now, Homicide Gang hasn't dropped a project in basically exactly a year, with their last project I5 U5 We5 dropping last June. And yeah, since then they have been teasing the sequel to basically their most iconic and best album, Homicide Lifestyle, that being Homicide Lifestyle 2. I ain't gonna lie to you, but this shit might be their best album. And yo, I feel like this album can get Opium fans to respect them, bro. Because if you guys don't know, bro, Homicide Gang are easily the most hated members of Opium, bro. Like, it's just, they're just like aren't taken as seriously as fucking Ken, Lone, Carti, right? These past few months, bro, they have been previewing some of like the most insane music ever. They even previewed this one song and it sampled Ken's Fighting My Demons, bro. Both Michi and Bino have definitely evolved their sounds like crazy. And yeah, this album was supposed to drop last month in May, and yeah, it is June, so hopefully the album can drop this month, man, because yeah, I'm definitely waiting for sure. I just feel like overall Homicide Gang is a like pretty underrated like, you know, overall artist or like group, bro. I mean, I've always showed love to them, bro. I've seen them live twice, and yeah, they have not disappointed at all. And in terms of their album Homicide Lifestyle 2, apparently Carson is gonna be on the album, bro, which, if you guys don't know, bro, Ken and Homicide probably have the most craziest songs ever, bro, like Stunt and Delinquent, bro. Both are fucking classics. Can Carti potentially feature on this like album, bro? Because yo, if Carti gives Homicide Gang the feature, bro, then Homicide Gang is gonna basically go mainstream at that point, right? But yeah, anyways, y'all, shout out to Homicide Gang. And now on to the Opium CEO, Baby Boy, aka Jordan Carter. Now obviously Carti did just drop his highly awaited album I'm Music back in March, bro, and honestly, bro, I gotta say this album did definitely age well for me for sure, bro. Like, every freaking day that this album has dropped since March 13th, I've literally been playing it every day. Opium, Baby, Walk, This One Got It, and Radar, bro. Classic. And yeah, basically since dropping I'm Music, Carti has been teasing his next project called Baby Boy, which is the album after I'm Music. And yeah, apparently this album is supposed to drop sometime this year, which Carti, you know, has confirmed a handful of like, you know, times, pinning comments or like, you know, just retweeting tweets of like fans. But again, this is Carti that we are talking about, right? I would not even be surprised if this album doesn't even drop this year and bro drops in like fucking 2030, which hopefully is not the case, because according to Gio, Carti's wife, and Swamp Izzo, the album is done. And basically since teasing Baby Boy, Carti has dropped 2 songs on his Instagram. So yeah, it is cool to see Carti drop exclusive Instagram songs again, just like the late 2023 iMusic rollout, right? And yeah, also Carti has obviously, like, you know, been opening up for The Weeknd for his Hurry Up and Tomorrow tour. It did definitely have a bunch of other Carti fans want Carti to go on his own solo tour or go on a Opium tour, which he has been teasing. So could we potentially see the Antagonist tour making a comeback in the big 2025? I don't know, bro. Hopefully, bro. Maybe. Anyways, y'all, that is gonna conclude the Opium update, bro. Thank you guys for watching, man. It's been Amshan. I love y'all. I'm out. Man, that bitch so bad. She reckon I got your back. Man, that ass so fat. Man, my pocket's fat. Yeah. 4 quarter put her on stats.